goes on.
I used to have a whole mess of macaws, too. But every hurricane, more of them escaped. Sometimes I still see them flying over the house. I guess they wanted to be free. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, she was a nice girl. Sometimes. And it's a shame what happened.
Jessa Lynn Garcia, another mermaid at Wild Tides Water Park, remembers Mirabelle a bit differently.
She was just sweet as pie. She really was. And such a pretty little thing. For a brunette. Except for the gills. She was always giving me real nice tips, about what to do with my clothes or my hair. She'd come up to me while we'd be putting our tails on and say something like, "Oh, Jessalyn, you would look so good as a blonde." Or, "Oh, Jessalyn, don't go to that Shake Shack on August 24th. I had a vision." And, she was always the second runner-up at pageants. Almost Miss Key Lime Pie. Almost the Orange Blossom Queen. Almost ambassador to Kazakhstan. People don't realize it, but it takes a lot of character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, I admired Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know, my children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have. So. Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over till she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer. Oh, so gifted. I was never like that. I mean, everyone's different. Some of us are more into the artistry of it all. I'm a Wild Tides Water Park mermaid because I believe it's important to provide families with wholesome, all-ages entertainment at an affordable price. But
I'm so glad you're here.
They like the attention.
For the next 20 minutes, I'll be guiding you towards seeking peace in times of chaos.
She was a nice person.
I invite
she
you
didn't
to
deserve
find a
that.
comfortable
Not
position,
at all.
be it in a chair,
just never
on the
think
floor,
something like that
or
would
on a cushion.
happen in a teeny little
Be sure to sit up straight,
teensy-weensy town like
your
Mystic
arms
Bay.
resting comfortably on your lap.
I mean, besides that time that poor boy was
facing
pushed
down.
into that hydraulic press,
If
or
you're
that old
seated in a
man who
chair,
spontaneously
I invite you
combusted
to
in the
place
public
both
parking lot.
feet firmly
But other
on
than
the
that,
ground.
you just never think of bad stuff
If
happening
you're
here.
seated on the floor
It was so
or a flat
sad
cushion,
what happened to
I
her.
encourage you to position
Of
yourself
course,
in
we
such a
all
way
suspected
that you feel
Jared.
fully
He was
grounded
weird. He
and
followed her
supported.
around like a puppy. A
I'll
weird
give you
puppy.
a few more seconds
Mirabelle's
to find a
disappearance
position
left a
that's
mark
right
on the
for
minuscule
you.
town of Mystic Bay, with search missions tampered by downed power lines and felled trees. As
Ready?
days turned into weeks,
Let's
the
begin.
town's optimism began to fade.
You can close your eyes,
Said,
or just
losing
let
hope
your
is
vision
something of a
gradually
custom for
soften
residents of
inside.
Mystic Bay.
Whichever is best
For
for you.
years, competing theme parks, virus
Let's start
outbreaks,
by
daylight
focusing
savings,
on
and a
our
quickly shifting culture
Now,
led to a
there may be
downturn
other
in
things
park
vying
numbers.
for your
Hey,
attention.
come on now. Wild Tides is still top
Smell.
quality. Some of the best
Traffic.
damn entertainment in the state. I don't
Children.
care what anyone thinks, right?
Pets,
But the fact of the matter is,
keyboards clicking,
kids don't go for that anymore.
footsteps down
Yeah,
the
they'd
hall,
rather be on their phones playing
Hydraulic
Candy
presses.
Crush or Roblox
the
Adopt
hum
Me or
and drone
Neil
of
Dot
electrical
Fun than at a
appliances.
park with their folks. So
If a
people
sound or
stopped
a
coming.
thought should try to
And
pull
then,
your attention
of
away,
course,
that's all
that's
right.
when they found her.
Just softly
Or,
bring the focus
or what
back
was left of
to your
her.
breathing.
What was left of Mirabelle was found by Jared Holt on
Now,
November 15th,
Let's breathe in for
2012.
3 counts.
3 months
allowing
after
your
she went
chest
missing.
and belly to
That's his
expand
voice you heard in the
fully.
911 call at the top of the episode.
She has her tail. She
That's
has no
good.
face.
When
Now
Chipko
hold
County
your
Police
breath for
arrived
3
at the
counts.
scene, they discovered a grisly sight. Mirabel Diaz, lodged in the jaws of the Megalodon Megatwister,
Well done.
her mermaid tail curled
Next,
daintily
release
beneath her
your
on the
breath through
ancient
your
beast's
mouth with
pink
an audible
fiberglass
sigh
tongue.
for 6 counts.
The park's earliest
Ready?
attendees, a group of school children from the St. Brendan the Navigator Institute for Marine Biology, followed Jared's gaze, the park's famed mermaid staring back at them. That is,
Now,
if she could have stared
Let's
back.
do that again.
Jessalyn Garcia
Breathe in.
remembers the day vividly.
Oh, he was all cat and tonic when he first saw her.
And hold.
You know, like he
1.
couldn't move or blink or say a single word.
And now
Oh, poor
gently
thing.
breathe out
He
with
just
a sigh.
stood there, looking into the hole where her face had been. It was all sunk in.
Good.
A pit.
One last time.
No offense to Mirabelle, but
Focus on the breath.
I think it was the worst
Feel
I've ever
it
seen
in
her
your
look.
lungs.
And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's what's so sad about it. November is always a slow month. The water's cold, the sun sets early. It's peak season for the flesh-eating algae that sometimes grows on the lazy river inner tubes. But we lost so much money because of the storm that we were all just so excited for the park to open back up again. And someone had just up and shoved poor little old Mirabelle into the big old shark's mouth. How's that for taking the steak right out of your popsicle?
Now, Jessalyn had a pretty good idea of who was responsible. But first,
You're right.
speaking of popsicles, when's the last time you enjoyed a mouthful of fresh, home-cooked food? Between work and errands, there's never time to cook a proper meal. That's where Dinner Dash comes in. Dinner Dash is a weekly meal delivery service focused on fresh